In this video, I'm going to show you how to do keyword and product research over on Etsy in order to sell more products in 2026. I'm going to show you how to do free research just using the Etsy search bar and everything that you can find organically on Etsy. And then I'll take you through a paid part where you can use a tool called EverBee to do more detailed, more in-depth keyword and product research. So to begin with, we're going to go through all the lovely free stuff, and I'm going to show you how you can do your own keyword research over on Etsy. So first, just to get going, all we need to do is go on over to Etsy and start searching around on the search bar. So on here, on the search bar, we're going to search around for the type of thing that we want to be selling. This is going to help us do some research to see what's already out there on the Etsy marketplace. And so let's say, for example, we want to sell a digital colouring book. And let's say it's in the Christmas genre. The first thing we can do is just look here on the search bar and start typing in the search term and see what comes up. So these are going to be keyword strings that are often searched on Etsy because they're pre-filling here. So one that kind of stands out to me is this Christmas colouring book digital. And so we're going to click on that. And so the first step for doing your free research over on Etsy is just by seeing what comes up in the search bar when you start looking around for your keyword strings. And so from here, we know we want to be selling a Christmas digital colouring book. We can start looking at some of the competition. And the first place that you're going to start here is at the top. You can see this section here which says 1,000+ items with ads. Generally, 1,000+ items means it's pretty competitive in terms of a keyword string. And so far what we've done is we've just gone around on the keyword search bar and tried to find that keyword that people might actually be searching for. And now we've got a list of results. So these are our competitors. And so before even making anything, what we should be doing is coming on over to Etsy and seeing what everyone else is doing. So let's say we wanted to create a Christmas digital downloadable colouring book. These people are already selling that type of product. And seeing as these are the ones ranking there towards the top of search, these are the ones that we need to be improving on, whether we're offering more or we're offering better, or maybe even just a unique spin, rather than just making more of the same. So all of these four at the top are popular now. That means they're generally selling pretty well. And so you can see here what they're priced at. And if we click on this number one here, it's listed for £7.56, but it's now on offer for £4.54. And so we're going to come into EverBee soon where we can analyze this listing. But for now, I'm just showing you what you can do without having to pay for any tools. So without any tools, you don't get this section at the top, which is another EverBee feature, which is absolutely amazing. But what you would be able to do is you'd be able to see how many baskets it's in at the moment. So we can see that this is in 20+ baskets. So that means there is demand for this keyword because this product that's at the top of search is selling pretty well. And then what we can do is we can just see how many colouring pages this has, what they look like, what type of content they're using to advertise the product. So you can see here they're using video content. And if we click through, we can see that this listing includes 40 cute colouring pages that are designed for Christmas. So if you wanted to do something similar to this, maybe you could do 45 colouring pages or 50 colouring pages. And then this could be your baseline in terms of the price, in terms of the keywords you're going for. And you could try and target that keyword string that we found at the beginning of this video. And so what you'd want to be doing if you want to create these is look at what all of these products are doing. So you've got ones down here that have 80 colouring pages, 50 colouring pages. Even this one here has 1,000+ pages as a mega bundle. So maybe going high in terms of the numbers isn't the way to go unless you could do 1,000+. So maybe it's more about quality and trying to be a little bit different and stand out in comparison to what's already here. So in terms of not using any tools on Etsy, that's pretty much where your keyword and product research would stop. You're able to see what people are searching for on the search bar, but you're a little bit blind in terms of how many searches it's getting a month and how competitive that keyword string is. As we saw, it said 1,000+, but that doesn't really let us know if it's 1,001 or 10,000. And so that's where EverBee comes in. So EverBee is a keyword and product research tool that plugs directly into Etsy. And so if we come on over to EverBee, we can utilize this keyword research tab. So what we can do is we can take that keyword and paste it into here and get a little bit more information. And so what EverBee does is it correlates all the data over on Etsy and provides you with estimates in terms of search volume, competition, and it'll even give you a keyword score. So basically that keyword score, the higher it is, the better EverBee believes that keyword to be. That's going to take the amount of search volume into consideration as well as the amount of competition. And so this Christmas colouring book digital keyword has 158 estimated search volumes per month, but it has over 10,000 competitors. So that is a ton of competition. And if we weren't using EverBee, we wouldn't know whether it's 1,000 or 10,000 as I was mentioning. So using EverBee, I know that this is probably too competitive a keyword to try and rank with. But what we can do here is they have similar keywords with less competition. And so I could do a filter here and say, right, the max amount of competition I want to face is 3,000, and I can put that in the filter. And so straight away down here, you've got some other ideas with higher keyword scores. So this one at the top, Cozy Christmas Digital Colouring Book, only has an estimated 73 searches. So that's about half of what that original keyword had in terms of the amount of searches per month, but it's got a lot less competition. And if we look at that over on Etsy, we can see that the top results look very similar. This Cozy Christmas, this ranking number 1 here, this one's a best seller. And what we can do with Etsy is we can click on this research tab. So now we know a little bit more about the keywords we want to target, how much competition they have, all that kind of stuff. We can actually deep dive into a product and see how many sales it's getting and even what keyword tags it's using. So on this analysis for this listing, you've got the title, you've got the price, and you can see here it's getting an estimated 18 sales a month, and it's had a total of 59 sales over the last 2 months since it was listed. So that's pretty good going to get 60 sales in 2 months. And if we scroll down, we can see things like the conversion rate, the review ratio, which is quite fun to see. We can see the growth rate. If we go all time, we can see that, as expected, seen as a Christmas product, that it's starting to trend upwards now we're into November, which is fantastic. And then the thing that I love about this is it's got the keyword tags that this product is using. So this is targeting cute colouring, digital colouring, winter cozy, cozy friends, cozy colouring. It's targeting Coco YO, the actual brand, kawaii colouring, festive fun, bold and easy, Christmas book, holiday colouring, and a few others. And so what's fantastic about this, seeing as this one's selling pretty well, is if we want to utilize any of those keywords that we've found, all we need to do is just copy it and we can paste it directly, so we can add that into our keyword tags over on Etsy. So all we would need to do is, when we're creating a new product over on Etsy, you go to this Add a Listings tab, and then you've got your title. So this is the main space that you want to include your longer keyword strings. So we want to be targeting this Cozy Christmas Digital Colouring Book, so that can go straight in there as the title. What you also want to do then is include some more keywords and some more information. And what we've done here is we've got our main keyword string at the front, which is our Cozy Christmas Digital Colouring Book. And then we've also included this cute colouring keyword, which we found here. And we've also got the Cozy Christmas keyword string in there as well. And so once you've got all of these keyword tags that you want to target, you want to make sure you include them in your title. You want to include them in your description. And then most importantly, when you come down to the keyword tags, that's where you want to copy and paste them into as well. And so we've got our ones here that we can copy and paste. And then we've got this long keyword string here, but we can only include up to 20 characters. So what we can do is just separate that into a few different tags. And then we've got our first 6 tags that we can utilize for this listing. So what I would do is I would go around and I'd use EverBee to find some more keywords out there that I think are worthwhile trying to compete with. And then what I can do is I can add those into maybe even the title, the description, but definitely add those into these keywords here. What that's going to do is, if your product sells well enough, maybe you'd need to use ads at the beginning of its life cycle. There's every chance that as long as you're not trying to compete with too many products, that over time, your product could start ranking organically for these keywords. And that's what we want, because Etsy works like a search engine. And so if someone's coming on here and searching for Cozy Christmas Digital Colouring Book, you want your product there to be on the first page, ideally within those first 4 results, because that's the space where you're going to get the most sales. And so this is a great example of why I love using EverBee. It gives you so much more data that you can extrapolate and use for yourself, and it stops you guessing quite so much. And so in 2026, building my Etsy shop, trying to figure out the types of keywords that I want to be targeting, EverBee for me is really, really crucial. And if you want to try out EverBee for yourself, there's a fantastic Black Friday sale that's on for the next couple of days. And so if you click on the link in the description below over the next couple of days, just a quick note that this offer runs out quite soon. You can get a ton of content here for $399. If you just want to try out EverBee for yourself for free and just see what you think, I'll include a link for that in the description below as well, and you can have a little play around with it before you commit to anything. But yeah, I really think that if you're just getting going, maybe you could have a look around on Etsy, use a search bar, have a look at, how many baskets that product's in, and try and guess what might work well for you. Whereas if you want a little bit more in-depth look, if you want to look at all the data, then you need a tool like EverBee to help you out. So as you know, on this channel, I do a lot of Amazon KDP content, and I am dabbling in Etsy as well. And in 2026, I really want to push my Etsy store. And in order to do that, I'm going to try my very best to find those keywords, find those profitable areas, and make high quality products. And fingers crossed, we'll start getting some more sales. But that's it for this video. If you like the sound of EverBee, make sure to click the link in the description below. Let me know how your Etsy shops are going on, what you've seen work well for you. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on the way out, and I'll see you in the next one.